Welcome. I am your host, Barry Issacs with Label TV. I am here with my co-host,
Helen Marie. What's up? How you doing?
and today we're here to talk about a topic that is very dear to my heart. It's actually the name of the show. It's actually been labeled. I myself this week have experienced being labeled or being judged or being characterized by the way that I look, how I carry myself. Not necessarily how I carry myself, how people assume assume who I am because of what I look like. You said one, because yes, I am black. And also I'm Native American for people who don't know. But also I have, tattoos because I used to be a tattoo artist. And I also have tattoos on my face. And I also have dreadlocks. So people put me in this category because I have these attributes about myself that I'm refusing to change. And people want me to change and put myself in this systematic box or the systematic system to fit the drones, as my co-host always tells me, you don't want to be a drone. But a lot of people necessarily feel like, since I'm not, that they can put these labels or judge me or categorize me in these categories, and I don't feel that way.
Yeah, like we really wanted to make sure we did this episode and focus on like even getting these type of issues out. Like Barry has an issue because apparently, as he's saying, he's been judged for what he's actually referencing is a character in a movie that he was just acting out. Who You Gonna Serve, which is produced, directed, created by AP, or Aaron Pullins of APG Entertainment. And just last night we were here in the green room at Hope for Change, School of the Gifted, and we were doing a light interview about the movie. And Barry kind of got out a little bit about his issue, but we wanted to make sure we actually expounded more today. So the problem is, people don't know how to separate Barry Issacs, the CEO of Hope for Change, School of the Gifted, from the character King Barry, right? That's his name. Who's a drug dealer in the movie.
But at the same time, I don't think it's that they can't separate it. I think it's because they automatically oppose judgment. Yes, I drive a nice car. Yes, I'm young. But just because I'm young, I drive a nice car, and I'm black, and I have tattoos on my face, does not mean I'm a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? Does not, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's so stereotypical. Like, you put stereotypes, just because I'm young, black, tattoos, and dreads, oh, he's a drug dealer. He sells drugs. Like, why do you have to be a drug dealer? Why do you have to be labeled and put in this category just because you have nice things? You know what I'm saying? I like nice things, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, I have to be a certain type of way to make sure everybody, I have to explain who I am to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have to make sure that everybody is comfortable with the way I look like to walk inside of, you know what I'm saying, their environments, and I have a problem with that.
I think the real problem is also the fact that in real life you're very successful, as you said. You have these nice things and you convey, success in the way you look, your image, your brand. But then in the movie you play a drug dealer. So then it's like you're getting hit on both sides. You're getting labeled in your real life from people who don't understand how you could be so successful with all these characteristics that they feel wouldn't usually
be successful,
right? And then you're getting labeled and attacked in a sense for playing a drug dealer, as Barry Issacs playing, a drug dealer. And so, I mean, the issue is you are just striving to be yourself and be your best self. And, you might be in a movie that's going to help impact the violence in Cincinnati or, whatever. You might be, creating Hope for Change School of the Gifted programs. But at the end of the day, you don't have to answer anybody, but at the same time, people feel as if you should.
But what I'm going to talk about is I get judged more by my people. And when I say my people, I would be African American, older women who judge me on the fact that I have tattoos. Like, I have no problems going into professional arenas and going into a professional atmosphere, and they respect me. They respect, they look past the tattoos that I have on my face. They look past my dreads. But just on yesterday, I was in my office. I got a phone call from a person who wanted to partner with me. Excuse me. She wanted to partner with me, and so she calling me for a favor. She's calling me because she needs something. She's calling me because she wants my wisdom and knowledge. But then inside the conversation, she automatically starts to pose in judgment. Oh, why don't you why don't you remove those tattoos off your face? I'm saying, why don't you cut your hair? And emotionally, I'm like, I want to cut my hair. You know what I'm saying? I want to take these tattoos on my face because I represent change. I represent success for the individuals who have made mistakes inside of your life. And yes, I haven't had the opportunity to make those type of mistakes that I represent or I look like. But at the same time, like, you can't sit here and just impose your judgment or criticize me or put me in this box. Like, she literally act like she didn't want to do business with me or didn't want me to help her in her project or her assistant because of what I look like.
My thing is, as well, it's right now, the person that's watching this that identifies with you, right? They feel as if they've set certain things up to maybe put them in a light that other people are judging. Right now, whether or not they are what people think they are or not, like, how do you deal with combating, you know, the judgment? Like, even though you're aware that you have these locks and these tattoos and all these other things that seem a certain way, what do you do to, as you say, go in these professional arenas and then get the respect that you get? What do you feel is your key? Because you have broken barriers that the average person, maybe with those same attributes, might not have broken if they don't do certain things. So what are those things?
It's knowing and believing in your product. You know what I'm saying? I feel like myself is a product. So over and beyond my confidence, you know what I'm saying, how I carry myself, how I present myself, I still present myself the same way as if I did not have dreads, if I did not have tattoos on my face. And when I speak with confidence. I speak with knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ignorant when I speak. I don't wear my pants down. You know what I'm saying? So just because I have the look of someone who they believe is ignorant, you know what I'm saying, I don't carry myself as being ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I carry myself very professionally, and I'm very educated. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm able to play both roles. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to communicate to all the demographics, and I feel like I was blessed to be able to have that opportunity. And I didn't know why when I was 19 years old, you know what I'm saying, that I felt so successful that I decided to tattoo my face, but it was something that I decided to do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when I got older, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't aware, I wasn't conscious of the judgment. And people ask me, if you can go back, would you do it again? Yeah, I would do it again. I would tattoo my face all over again. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to represent something different. This is my brand. This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to have as much effect on other people's lives if I didn't look the way I did.
I think that one thing that you bring up and you instantly make me think about when you say that is the fact that it boils down to knowing who you are. Knowledge yourself. And like by you taking time to know yourself, then you're not as concerned about what people think. And then even when they do cast judgment, you can combat it by saying, okay, I know you think this is who I am, but this is who I am.
Right.
And you don't even have to say it. You could just keep being who you are, and then it shows itself. And also, you make me think of the power of perception. Like we talk about perspective. It's all about how you look at things. Because it's funny how, you know, the urban community gets stereotyped as a negative when they see gold and chains and, you know, all these things that they say are from the hip-hop culture that they feel are negative. But then if we were to look at the hieroglyphics in Egypt, all the pharaohs, everybody had gold. Like, the chariots had gold rims, you know? So it's not even that it's something new. It's just that sometimes people are tapping into stuff they don't even know about their own selves. But when you know, then you can transform it from a negative to positive. So now you could say, well, somebody might look at these dreadlocks and think whatever, but in reality, this is not a new hairstyle. This is not something we just made up. This is natural.
But my issue that I want to talk about is the ones that you try to save, the ones that you try to deliver the message to, those are typically the ones who oppose judgment. I'm saying I've been in a ton of arenas. I'm saying we throw boxing events. I have a healthcare company. I've had a tattoo shop. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and I've been in tons and tons and tons of different arenas. And it's the ones that you try to save, you know what I'm saying, or the cultures that you're trying to save. It's the ones who oppose judgment. Like, you should be standing behind someone who represents success from the same type of background that you came from instead of opposing judgment on that person.
Well, you know, then you make me go back to the point of we're not focused on saving people though, right? So like this new level is like the people that don't want to respect and understand what we represent, we just have to be who we are. Like,
Right.
Because the label's gonna always come. No matter what you're doing, people are gonna stereotype, brand you, talk about you, judge you, whatever. Especially if you're great and you focus on being greater and you focus on making change in the world. That's like the recipe for every great person. You know, you're gonna go through these things. But then it goes back to allowing them, if they have to have their perspective, but then at least we're taking time to be aware of the labels we're putting out, aware of the labels people are even putting on us. So now, for instance, if you know that you're being labeled one way, a certain way, and you don't like the way that people are labeling you, you have the choice to either change something if you want to, or you can do like we did last night. We had, like I said, we were in here last night, AP, you and I, we were talking about the movie that they're playing in, Who You Gonna Serve, and we were just talking about the power of knowing that you can change your label. So.
But let's change topics. Let's go into a different direction. What also I want to talk about, I want to also promote the movie. I'm saying APZ has worked very, very hard on the movie Who You Gonna Serve. They have put a lot of energy. I think Charlie Winburn is now backing the movie. I'm saying they have, I guess, a play/movie ad on Easter. Is it like Easter Sunday?
Is that April 20th?
Yeah, I think that's what
April 20th.
April 20th for Easter Sunday, and that's going to be a great turnout. I'm saying because that councilman, he sees the purpose of the movie. He sees the message. I'm saying so he's backing it. So that should be big ups on AP from being able to move his movie forward. This is a project that he's been working on since 1999. I'm saying, and we're already in 2014. So he wasn't able to give him on his dream, and now he's seeing his dream come to life inside of a movie. I think that's more up to the positive thing that we can address on.
Yeah, and the movie, you'll hear more details. We did a special edition, like I said yesterday, about it. But it's all about, it's a peace movement. It's essentially focused on what we can do to help change the violence and the crime and the murder rate, not just in Cincinnati, but the Midwest and nationally and globally. And the movie is really gonna, I feel, hit a lot of people pretty deep.
Pretty deep, yeah. Because I played the King Barry, and it was a lot of dynamic roles that I had inside of the movie. I didn't play a lot of roles inside of the movie, but the roles that I played was very, 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 very impactful to understanding my position. So I had, short periods of time to portray this character to get the audience to be able to feel, what this character's role was a part of this whole movie.
So playing this character, right, in the movie, I can imagine that playing that character really also impacted your personal life to a degree, right? And the reason why I can even just say this is because it's a lot like life, right? Life is a movie. Life is, it's a movie, and we're writing our script every moment. And so you playing this character that wasn't your normal identity, your normal persona, how would you relate that back to somebody who is, as we're talking, they have a label they want to defy. They say, I want to change, I want to be a different something. I want to be different than whatever this label was. What did you do as even an actor to kind of get yourself in that mode to play a character that wasn't necessarily, your normal character to play, but you wanted to make sure you did it as best as possible? Like, what are some things you could probably share? Oh,
I watched the movie. So I definitely watched American Gangster. I definitely watched Training Day. So I watched movies that had the feel of a gangster inside of those movies, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to tap into their mind, you know what I'm saying, and watch their attributes, watch how they carry themselves.
Training Day.
Yeah.
Especially the boardroom scene. Now that, I can totally see the training, what was that one you said? Training Day.
American Gangster. Denzel Washington. So you learn from the best.
I was going to say, I can totally see it now. The boardroom, yeah, because that was definitely Denzel, I could see that. So yeah. So life is like a movie, right? And we are all playing a role. We are all being a character, whoever we are. And we wear different hats. We have different labels or categories we fit in. Everybody does, no matter who they are on the planet, they fulfill at least one role, and most likely they have plenty or a lot of different labels as well. So as you were saying, playing the role in the film allows you to also kind of relate it to your own life, as far as how every day we're making choices to either define the labels or redefine the label we choose. So would you like to share more about that? You were saying how it helps.
Yeah, because for me, it was very hard for me to get into the role of the character that I had to play inside of the movie. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be a gangster. So I had to study, who it was that I wanted to be to portray that role. So I studied the main man, Denzel Washington, because he played a very dynamic role inside of movies.